All right, we are back for a long-awaited video, and this is going to be on the candle confirmation entry function. So let's get into it. Let me go here. All right, so candle confirmation entry by me. I haven't seen a lot of people using this model. Like, I'm not going to say I'm the only one that uses this entry function, but like, I really think like this is going to be the next like big entry function, just like IFG was this past year, and yeah. All right, so this can be used just like any other entry function, similar to an IFG, right? There has to be a narrative array that you're using, and it's not just like you see two nice candles and you're going to take a trade. No, it doesn't work like that. Similar, you have to watch my first video and you'll see it's just like that's one of the entry functions that I used. So yeah, again, only could be used with a narrative array, and a strong draw liquidity is a necessity. If you do not have a strong draw liquidity and you're targeting some bullshit, like this is not going to work. So I have a few examples pull up, so let's get into it. All right. So this is just a random Wednesday in September. So I have all my draw liquidities marked out here. So we have, let me go here. So we have previous day's low, and then we have right here we have Asia low, and then London low right here. So that's the draws, right? As we're inside of this 4-hour fair value gap currently, right? Price hasn't disrespected this 4-hour fair value gap, so we could still use our typical IRL to ERL concept, right? Internal range liquidity to external range down here. So let's hop on the 5-minute and see what we have. So this is at 9:29 right here, a minute before open. So let's see what happens here. Let me top on the 15-minute actually. Let's see what we have. Where we could move lower potentially from, right? We have no 15-minute fair value gaps here. Both of them have been mitigated, but we could move lower off this swing low right here, right? This 15-minute swing low. So let's see. Boom, swept that low, right? Swept that high, right? So we're sweeping this 15-minute swing high, just as I explained in the first video. This is a narrative array, right? A 15-minute fair value gap or swing high. So this is sweeping this swing high. Now we can look for our entry function, right? We have the high time frame narrative. This 4-hour fair value gap, right? We're inside this gap, so we want to move lower and respect that 4-hour gap because we haven't proven that this is getting inversed yet. So if we're going to move lower, where from? We have this 15-minute swing high. Perfect to move lower from. Now there is no fair value gaps here to inverse, right? So you cannot take an IFG trade in this, right? What we could take here is a candle confirmation entry, right? So we're not just going to take the first candle, right? We need confirmation that the momentum is truly going to these lows down here, right? These session lows. So let's see. Bang. Look at that beautiful candle closure. Beautiful. All that momentum is going where? To this strong draw liquidity. Let me go on the 15-minute chart right here. Look how strong this liquidity is. London, Asia, previous day's low, making this beautiful LRLR right here. This is just beautiful, right? We have the strong drawn liquidity. We have the high time frame narrative. We have our 15-minute sweep right here. And 1-minute candle confirmation entry. This is all I'm looking for right here, right? This is fucking beautiful. Let's see how this would play out. So we'll have a stops above the body of that first candle, and we'll take profit. Obviously not here because that's a less than a 1-to-1. So we'll just take profit at Asia lows right here. Perfect. We got a 1 to 2.29 R. And that's all we need. So let's place this order. Save. Let's see how it plays out. All right, we took out this low, so I'll go break even. Two free. It's 2 free. All that momentum is going down to these lows, right? We have the strong draw liquidity. We had everything. If you watch the first video, I have a checklist of everything you need for my model. Everything was there. This is beautiful. All right, I'm going to go find another example right now, and I'll be right back.
I'm doing something. Hold on. I'm filming
All right, and we are back with our second example. All right, so this is random out Tuesday. All right, so I have our lows marked out, our drawn liquidities. We have London low, and then previous day's low is right here. All right, so let's see what we get at open here. All right, first thing we get, obviously, the first thing we did is mitigate this 15-minute gap right here. So we came into this 15-minute gap. Now we can look for our entry towards this low, right? This 15-minute gap is pointing lower to this low, and we have this nice LRLR above that low. So let's see if we get an entry function here. All right. Obviously, there's no IFGs to take here, right? So let's see if a candle confirmation entry shows up. Nope. All right, so here's where it gets a little tricky and you have to use this discretion, right? Usually I take the second candle, but when this second candle didn't close, right, it looks like it was going to reverse. This looked like a rejection candle. This third candle confirms that we're pushing down to this low over here, this session low. This, what was this? That was London low. This candle confirms that all the momentum is going down to London low, right? So this is a trade that I would take. So let's mark that out. I would take have my stop loss above that 1, 2. So the second candle's high over here, and then take profit at London low, and I'll get a 1 to a 2.58 hour here. So let's see how this plays out. Place order, save. All right, let's see. Easy, right? All that momentum is going down here. We had the narrative array, right? This 15-minute gap. Let me go back. We have this 15-minute gap right here, which is what pushed us lower down to London low. And then simple entry function. Usually I take the second candle, right? But as I explained, that second candle looked like a rejection candle. So we need that second confirmation candle. So we had 1, 2, this third, not the second one, but the third one was that confirmation that all the momentum is going down here. And easy, zero drawdown trade. Beautiful. All right. I'll be right back. I have another example. Damn, that was a little zesty. Hold on. All right. I'm back. We have our third example here. All right. So this is Tuesday. All right. So our drawn liquidity, obviously, here is this 4-hour swing low. And it is now 11:13. Obviously, still in the AM session, right? And we're obviously not running, right? We have our higher time frame narrative is this 4-hour swing high up here, right? Clearly not running it to keep expanding higher. We are rejecting it and looking for the opposing liquidity. So let's move lower a time frame. So really through like the first part of the open, right? The first hour and a half, 2 hours, literally just in this area right here, consolidation, right? Finally break out of it around 10:30, and let's see if we're going to get a 5-minute gap right here to target that 4-hour swing low. All right, boom. Perfect 5-minute retrace right here. Let's mark that out. Now let's go down to the 1 minute. All right. Now look here, right? We have no fair value gaps to inverse, right? There is no possible IFG entry here, but we have the drawn liquidity. It's such a strong draw, right? 4-hour swing low. So now let's just see if we get a candle confirmation entry. That's not the strongest close. There we go. That's what we want. We want a strong close like that, right? It's not inversing any fair value gap, so there's no IFG possible. But this is exactly what I wanted, right? I didn't take this. That was a weak-ass close, right? I want a strong close, strong momentum down to this low, right? So let's take that. We could do that. Stop loss. We could do our stop loss right here, right? Because we don't want to go up anyways. This candle confirmation, this close was way too strong for us to want to push back up higher. That's just so unlikely at this point. So we'll just do that, right? Super simple, nothing crazy, easy. But this is all you want. Small winning days, right? You had a 1 to 1.27 hour, 35 points. If you use one contract, that's still $700. So more than enough. right? So let's see how this will play out. Let's place the order, save. Easy, right? It's just easy, easy, easy. All that momentum is going down to this forward swing low, right? I have my strong draw and liquidity, and that's all I need. And now with the candle confirmation entry, if you don't get your IFPG, there is no more missing trades, right? You have your second entry function, right? My main two are IFPG and candle confirmations, right? So for me, it's hard to miss a trade when it's there, but there's no IFPG, right? I'm not just gonna miss a trade because there's no IFPG, right? So that's how I started using candle confirmations, right? I was like, all right, I'm keep missing trades. Like, let me just find my own entry function at this point, and I started using candle confirmations. But yeah, that was a beautiful trade. So let me find another example for you guys, and I'll be right back. All right, we have our fourth example here, fourth and last, right? This one, I'm actually going to go through like everything, like me marking out all the draws and everything. So you guys see like exactly what I do on a trading day pretty much, right? All right, so let's start on the daily, right? So we have previous day high, previous day low, and which is also an unfilled daily for value gap, right? This is what I do every single day. I market all my draws. It's so important. You have to do it. No matter how much you want or not want to do it, you have to mark out your draws. Like, you have to know where you're trading to. Then we have London low right here, and we have, London high, and then Asia high right up here. And then what is this? We have London low, and Asia low is already taken. All right. Now let's see if we have anything on the 4 hour. No, nothing on the 4 hour, so we'll just see where the open takes us, right? We have no higher time frame bias at the current moment, but we'll see where the 4 hour takes us. We'll see where open takes us. Damn, I can't talk right now. All right, let's see. All right, so we took out London low with no retracement, right? We had no 5-minute retrace. The open just ripped right up, so that's fine. All right, nice 5-minute retrace. Let's see if we get a continuation now to these highs up here, right? Or are we just gonna reverse off London low and keep going lower, right? We don't know. We'll see right now. So let's see. Let's go down to the 1 minute. So we do have this fair value gap here, right? This could be a possible IFG entry. Let's see. All right. Now here's where your discussion is going to play in, right? So we didn't inverse this gap yet, right? There's still room here for us to inverse it, right? It's not completely inverse, but we have one rejection candle and a strong candle closure, right? And where's all that momentum pointing? To these draws up here, right? All that momentum is pointing to those draws, right? Let me delete this high, right? All that momentum is pointing there, and we have equal highs up here, trend on equal highs. Just beautiful. We have so much liquidity resting up here that this candle is the momentum that's going to push us up higher here. It's the catalyst pretty much to push us up higher, right? Usually I'll wait for 2 bullish candles, but this rejection candle, like, you have to use your discretion, and I would count this as the first candle of my candle confirmation entry, right? Usually I wait for 2, but we got a rejection candle and a strong candle closure. That's all I want here, right? So this is a trade I'm taking without like zero hesitation. This is beautiful right here. We'll have our stop right there, and we could take profit up here, right? Because if we're already going to go to this high, we might as well go to that high. So here we get pretty much a 1 to 2R. Let me fix this up. All right, so let's see how this would play out. You could consider this an IPG, obviously, because this gap looks like it's going to get inverse, but like for me, I would say this is candle confirmation entry because it's not fully inverse. So all right, let me place it. Well, yeah, you could also get an IPG entry up here, right? So it doesn't really matter. Both work the same way. Both are targeting the same draw liquidity. Really, your entry function doesn't matter. You have the strong draw. You're gonna have a good run rate. All right, I would go break even after that first high gets taken. Bang, easy, just like that. Light work. Okay. All right, so that is all. That's the video. 4 examples. I hope this helped, and like I genuinely think this is gonna be the next big entry function. Like I think IFGs are out. That was the past. Like they're still gonna be used, but I think candle confirmations are gonna get more. Damn, what's the word? They're just gonna get bigger. Like I don't know, and hopefully I'm the one that gets them bigger. So I hope you guys enjoy the video, and if you have any questions, my Discord is gonna be in my bio. So check that out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.